guys, welcome back to Born to Stitch. You introduce yourself first this time because
I'm Ida
and I'm Amy. First of all, thank you to everybody who's new, who subscribed, liked. We really appreciate it. We're getting up there.
Absolutely, we're getting up
there. We're already talking about our 1,000 subscriber giveaways.
Yes.
So we're gonna
get
something
some
fun.
Good stuff.
Yes,
for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it fun. Can't wait. When I had my old channel, that was my favorite thing. I was like, I can't wait till I can give stuff away. I love it. I love it. So be on the lookout for that. And if you're new here, if you don't mind, please like and subscribe too. That would be very nice. We're trying something new too. We're trying to remember today is April 7th.
April 7th.
2025.
And we're in northern New Jersey in Amy's store, Born to Stitch, in
named
Secaucus.
for Bruce Springsteen, of course.
And it's a cold,
it's chilly,
dreary, rainy day.
It was 80 degrees on Saturday.
My hands are like ice.
Did I say it was
Tuesday?
Tuesday?
Well, it's like wearing a sweatshirt. Like I'm cold looking at you wearing short
because my
sleeves.
sweatshirt's over there. I had to layer. I didn't know what to wear. And
so
it was 80 degrees 2 days ago. Did I say it was Tuesday before? It's Monday.
It's Monday.
I don't know what I said. I probably...
Tomorrow's Tuesday. Yeah. Well,
so,
we don't know what we're doing.
And this is video number 5. No, we don't. If you're new here, you don't realize that yet.
It's been a while.
There's a good reason for that. Well, there's a couple good reasons. Should I give the bad news first? Not bad news, but interesting news.
Yeah, it's...
The reason
It was a calamity.
Yes. Wonder where that word came from. This video is easy to name. I came into the shop 2 weeks ago, because this is also why the video is a little late. Came into the shop to open on Saturday 2 weeks ago, and the ceiling was on the floor. So
Yikes.
There was a pipe leak from upstairs, and when I tell you it leaked. The whole ceiling fell down. I had a hole in the ceiling for over a week. I had one table set up, and the charts that were on that table, it literally ate a hole right through the center of all the charts.
Of the water.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All I know is I freaked out, and of course there were 2 customers. They came in as soon as the shop opened. I was like, ah! And it's just been,
it's a good thing it didn't fall on their heads.
Thank God. Because while I was on the phone with the landlord, another piece fell down. I was on the phone. I was leaving a voicemail, and I guess it's a good thing he could hear that it was still coming down. But thankfully, they were here in a couple of days. They patched it up. Now I just have the insurance fund to deal with, try to get something covered.
Looks good as new.
Yes, thank goodness, thank God.
And you didn't have too much damage.
No,
thankfully.
I didn't. I mean, the floor is going to need some work because the floor, it's a brand new floor. I put the floor in last year, and it's buckled a little in the molding. I have to show you. I don't think I showed you that. Maybe I did. Yes.
On the weekend.
But the molding is coming separated from the wall. So, but
that's not,
in the scheme of things, it's not bad.
It's not
and I was only closed for just under 2 weeks, or exactly 2 weeks. Exactly 2 weeks. Because I opened 2 Saturdays after.
Well, it was like you were gone from market, and you came back trying to get the orders out. Then that happened, and you were closed for like almost 2 weeks.
Exactly. And we missed the whole market thing. And we were saying, I'm not even going to talk about market because
I'm like, you're going to talk about market.
Everybody
knows
already knows. I feel like we're getting closer to the next market first. Needless to say, though, it was a lot of fun. It was exhausting, though. Exhausting.
Oh, no doubt. And having to deal with insurance and all that.
Oh, I meant market.
Oh, that.
I meant market.
Well, everything's exhausting.
Yeah. But we'd get back to the room every night. My friend Astrid, who came with me, she had said, should we get food to keep in the room, so we don't have to worry about meals? Oh, no, it's nice to go out to dinner after you're busy in market, whatever.
You probably just want to lay down.
We bought a bag of lettuce at Walmart the first night, ate in the room. We ordered Chipotle delivery the next night. I mean, we were dead. We were dead. We were not moving. So next year, I have things in my mind that I'm going to try.
I know when you asked me to go with you, I'm like, I could barely walk.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have been a good year.
I had just gotten like that shot in my hip, and it's still sore.
Yeah,
and, I'm still working.
But it would have been exciting if anybody recognized you.
Oh, I know.
Because somebody recognized her over the weekend.
I know. I was like, at a stitching thing event.
It freaks you out.
Yeah, and somebody's like says, "Hi, Ida," and I'm like,
who are you?
Like I have a name tag, so you know.
But you don't think of that. You're saying like, how does she know who I am?
Yeah.
Because you forget.
And then when she said, "How's Amy?" I'm like, "Oh."
That's how she knows who I am.
Watch the Flosstube. Yeah. Like, that's exciting.
It is. It's very. Once you get used to it, it's very. It's like, oh my God, somebody's actually watching.
I know, right?
So
Famous.
Speaking of which, we should actually get. I don't. In my own defense, between market and the ceiling catastrophe, I don't have a whole lot of stitching. this week. I have a couple things, but the
I
master
got a lot,
stitcher over
but
here.
I do have like good news. And
yes, I forgot the good news.
I got a new cat.
Yay, the new baby.
So my Johnny crossed the Rainbow Bridge back in October.
Yeah.
So I've been, looking and trying out cats.
Yeah, there were
at the cat
there
shelter.
Was
Artie was one.
What was the other guy?
What was the other one? I don't know.
Poor little guy. I can't even
looked
remember
at
his
some
name.
of them, and I just didn't click. But I went to see this one cat, and at the shelter, his name was Blake, but I changed it to Brody, and this is Brody.
Look at Brody, baby.
Wait a minute, there you go. Isn't he cute?
He's so sweet.
He's very sweet.
And
he's
he
a good
settles
boy.
in mighty nicely.
Oh yeah.
She sent me a video. Was that like right at the beginning with him with his little kick stick?
Yeah.
He was very happy with himself. He
He's
was very
playing. He
content.
lays on his back with the
Yes.
belly. And
Yeah.
stuff. Just don't touch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you get that.
Yeah. But after a while, then he probably will be like, rub my belly.
Yes. So
I
he's
don't
a
know.
cutie
So
pie.
cute. So
So,
cute. Life
yeah.
is so much better with animals. It
It
really
is.
is.
Especially when you live alone now.
Yeah.
Now I have an excuse to talk to myself.
Yeah.
Talking to
We
the
always
cat.
laugh though after a video. We both go home with sore throats because we're not used to talking for 2 hours
I
straight.
know, right?
So
That's
I'm sure
true.
we're both going to need some cough drops or something tonight.
That's
anyway.
true.
But
For sure. So
let's get some stitching
let's
going.
get some stitching done. So as I said, I've been doing some fully finishing and some regular finishes.
She's going to make me look really
So yeah, let's
Do you
use
wanna use
this so
this?
we can see. Yeah, because it's going to look like very see-through. So this is from Jelly Bean Oh, jeez, I should have brought I meant to bring the clips, and I forgot. So that's from Jelly Bean Jubilee from With Thy Needle and Thread. So I just finished it last night, so it still has the Nerge hoop marks on it.
Oh, you do use a Nerge.
I use a Nerge,
Because we just talked
but
about
I'm
this
not a
yesterday.
fan.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I use it. But,
I kind of am in the same boat.
Because if
so.
the Q snap is being used elsewhere. And then this is also from Jelly Bean Jubilee. Isn't it cute? So I got all these little Easter pieces.
Very cute.
And
Love that color too.
I know. This is not the same color, these two. They look the same, but they're not.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're similar. They blend.
Blend.
And I think the last time I showed this guy, but I finally fully finished him. Okay, so this...
Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
him.
so all I did was put, a piece of scrapbook paper on the back, which
Right.
I have tons of.
You just glue that?
I glued it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these are just glued because, they're not like heirlooms or anything.
Not archival.
No. And this is like...
When I do finish anything, that's the one thing that I
This
can
is a
be
little
comforted with.
wonky.
My stuff is just going to go in the trash one day. So.
Well, yeah, like there are some things that I'm going to be more careful with,
Right,
but
right.
not everything.
Right.
And this one I finished and fully finished recently. And this is just like a little
Very cute.
thingy that I got at Hobby Lobby.
I think I remember
Just
when
super
you
cute.
had first stitched that before you finished it. That's the
Yeah.
Leela Studio chart,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
And unfortunately, I cut the mat board and then I cut the, the piece, and I didn't leave enough to I was going to glue it because again, who cares?
Right.
But it was so it was like a quarter of an inch, and I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I did
jeez.
that. So I pinned it.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what I was going to ask you. What did you do?
We get the little
That's
thumbs
so funny.
up bubble. Okay.
Don't
So-
ask us to explain why it sometimes does it and sometimes doesn't.
So I pinned it, and then I proceeded to knock over the whole
oh, that's when you knock
box
the pins
of
over.
the little sequin pins
I
that
should
are
have-
about like half an inch.
I
you
should have
know?
remembered.
And thank goodness I have one of those tools, those telescoping wands with the magnet on the end, because that came in handy. A couple of other fully finishes. This is a Christmas piece. This is from, who is it? Kathy Haberman.
Yep.
Okay, so that's
Père Noël, I think, right?
And this
Yeah.
is just a block from Hobby Lobby. I think it said Joy on it or something like
And
that.
you used mat board,
So-
or what did you do?
yeah, so I used mat board. I put a couple of layers of batting, cotton batting, and that just gets glued on. And then I put this over it, the stitching, and then I put a little chenille around the edge.
Very nice. Very nice.
Hobby Lobby is your friend
There
if
you
you
go.
want to fully finish things, because the stuff is cheap and easy. So this is also a piece. I stitched this last year, also from Jelly Bean Jubilee, but I finished it this year. This is so cute, isn't it? It's like a little swing.
That's adorable.
So I saw this piece on a pattern from New York Dreamer, but it was in
it was
Christmas.
the same piece?
Well, yeah, but it was Christmas colors.
Oh.
So I went to Hobby Lobby and I'm like, "Do you have this?" And it was probably from the year before. That I
Right.
get the same things all the time. So, a few months later, I saw it in this color and it had been sitting in my closet.
So
and
you
I'm
didn't have to paint that?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, because my intention was to paint it in Christmas red and stuff, and I'm like, how am I going to do this with these beads?
Right,
and,
right. That would be a royal pain in the butt.
Like, really?
It's a
am I
perfect
going to
match.
do that? So I figured this is perfect for like a summer or
That
spring
is
piece.
so cute.
And I just, this is just a mat board with some fabric that I had, and then put the little.
I feel like
little
such a
chick on
failure.
it.
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
teach
such
her.
a failure.
I'm gonna teach her how to do these things.
She thinks she is. She doesn't know who she's dealing
All you
with.
need is glue mat board.
I'll probably
something
glue
to
my
cut it.
fingers closed.
That's it.
I did go to the one retreat with Stitching with the Housewives the one time, and they had the finishing class.
Yeah.
And I glued the washers right onto the thing. You're supposed to put the magnet
for the
ones.
magnets?
I glued the magnets right. I'm a hopeless case. Even Priscilla looks
We're
at me and
gonna
she just
teach
kind of
you.
rolls her. Like, yeah, that's why I just stab things. That's all.
Oh,
And if you
jeez.
notice my head was down, that's because I do want to mention 2 floss tubers. And one of them, I can't find the exact name, so forgive me, but you met her just yesterday, Caitlin
Yes.
Stitches.
Oh, yeah, I wanna know
yeah,
so I can follow
yeah,
her.
and I will. I'll text you the
Okay.
thing, and I will include her information down below. Her name is Caitlin. I think the channel is Caitlin Stitches, but I could be wrong.
So many ways to spell Caitlin,
Yes,
too.
exactly. And she just started it up again, I think, because I just found the first video I saw, I found a couple of weeks ago. But she was very good. And also Dory's 23 Stitches, Dory 23. Dory is local. Dory comes to the shop and stitches. And she's just, have you met her?
No, I
I'm not
think
so
so.
sure. Okay.
No.
She's a doll. She's a character.
Okay.
She's
I've
funny.
seen her name.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in
Very,
your
very,
group.
just the sweetest woman. She's not a girl, but and the ironic thing was when she came in here the first time to shop, her ex-husband works with my husband,
Oh, really?
and
Small
my
world.
husband actually met her and remembers meeting her years ago because her husband was working on my husband's car, like the
Yeah.
brakes or something. And
Okay.
I called my husband while she was here, and I'm like, "Do you know so and so?" And he just started laughing, and it was really funny.
That's funny.
So
Small
go
world,
watch Dory
right?
too. I'll also link her channel down below, but Dory's great.
I should have warned you people that if you don't like spiders, not to look at the show.
Oh God! Don't even say that word. That's the last thing
I was
I
just
need.
looking because University
God.
of Richmond, their
Oh,
mascot's a spider.
Oh God! If you didn't say anything, it would have been fine.
Sorry,
Now
I'm
I
sorry.
got spider things in my
Yeah,
head.
if you go there,
oh,
there's spiders
oh no!
everywhere.
I wouldn't go there. Note of places never to visit.
It's
Oh my
funny,
goodness!
yeah.
I mean, cutesy spiders, Halloween spiders,
they are
okay,
cute.
but yeah,
They're cute.
Well,
They're not, you know.
I don't know. I'd ever call them cute.
It's kind of funny because in the what do you call it? The bookstore where they sell all the tchotchkes and the books. They had like baby clothes. It was like baby onesies with little
Oh my
spiders.
God! Although maybe that's a good thing, so you wouldn't raise a psycho,
Yeah,
fearful
right?
one
Yeah,
like me.
Yeah, it's funny.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Do you have any whips too?
I have quite a few.
Of course
I
she
do.
does.
I do.
Loser.
Come on.
I have a couple whips. Should I show my whips real
Yeah,
quick?
go ahead.
Okay,
Show
first of all,
yours.
one of them is not actually a whip that I started on. If you remember during our whip parade, I said that I was missing one of my
Yeah,
whips. Well,
you
apparently
found it?
I was missing a whole box full of whips. I didn't bring
This
that
is a cute
one.
project bag. Little
Yeah,
scientist.
this was from Lynn X Stitches Creates, I think, or maybe not. I had the same print from 2 different people. I was in like a project bag club.
Oh, okay.
And I had bought it, and then I got one from the from the club, so I don't
okay.
remember. This is not the one I was talking about having missed. This was one that I just fell in love with, and then thankfully I found it. Oh, and look, I found $1.
Why is there a dollar bill on there?
It probably went with me to a retreat, and I threw the change in there.
It's your lucky day.
I am such a mess. If there was ever any doubt, it should be cleared up by now. This is Reflated Soie, and I don't even know the name. Heloise Cornu, 1896.
Yeah.
And it says the
Version originale.
there you go. I was going to say the original version. But there is one that's a little more muted, but the colors are what drew me to this. So I have not worked on it since I dug it out, but it's so pretty that I will be working. Oh, look, another yard of fabric.
Wow.
I told you I don't cut down when I start working. I'm just bad. But look how pretty. Isn't that pretty?
Pretty colors, yeah.
The colors are what
Beautiful.
get me. So
Very pretty.
I was like, why did I ever put this one down?
Yeah.
I think it was like during the holidays that I was working on it, and you know, we do Christmas Eve at my house, so it was just kind of like throw everything in a bin and put it in storage.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what happened, and I have my whole box of
And you
whips,
never
and that's
got
why
it
my
again.
fabric is like this too. So
I can't work with that much fabric.
I'm used to I have it
You do
down with
that.
science
Okay.
now, folded it up and folded in the Q-snap. And I just also quickly wanted to show for anybody who is not aware of the vinyl covered bags. Look can you see that, what happened?
I don't think you can see.
No.
Put something white behind it.
The chart completely
Oh yeah.
got
See that?
stuck. That's all the
Ooh,
ink
that's
from the
ink
chart.
on the chart.
That is not on the outside, that's inside. So
If you
obviously,
use these bags, you have to put your fabric on top or
Yep.
your threads to keep the paper
they're
away
great
from it.
for seeing what's in there,
Yeah.
but you do have to be careful because lesson learned.
Yeah.
So
I have some, but all my bags are like on a shelf.
We'll find it
Something
later.
Fell, yeah.
something right away.
Are on
Maybe
a
it was a
shelf.
quarter nail.
So, I can't see inside because, all I see is the end, right? So
Right.
I put these things on.
And I started using
Yeah,
those too.
just use these little
Yep,
things.
they're from Amazon, real cheap.
Yeah,
Get a ton of them. Yep.
Office supply stuff. So this was a piece that I worked on last month. I like every month I choose one of my bigger pieces, like a focus piece. And it was American Welcome. So I got quite a bit done.
Oh God, that's so pretty.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of water. There's a whole other section over here that I have to do, another building, and a little bit more water.
Her stuff is
And then
so
it's the
stitch heavy.
very beautiful border that's around the top.
It's Plum Street.
See? Isn't it gorgeous? I love this one.
That is beautiful.
And then there's some over one where it says, God bless the U.S. of A.
I have a friend who just finished that, and she had it done, and she was going to leave the words off on the bottom. And she sent us all a picture, and then she's
I
like,
like the
never
words.
mind, I'm putting the words in. And she went, she put the
Yeah,
words in.
because,
So it completes it somehow.
It does.
But it would be nice even without the words.
Yeah,
It would be
I mean, a
nice.
lot of people have done it without
Yeah,
the words.
yeah.
But it is really beautiful.
It is.
And
Her stuff is always deceiving,
Yeah.
though, how stitch heavy
I know,
it is.
it's like all these houses.
But that
and
water
all
is
that
just,
water.
oh gosh, it's gorgeous.
Well, and then what happened was I had stitched the words, but then I stitched the second row. It was off by a half a stitch. So then when I was filling in the water, I'm like, oh, that's not going to work.
Oh,
I tried to fudge it,
I was
but
going to say, I
could
think I
not.
would have fudged that
Oh,
sucker.
it was impossible to fudge.
Yeah.
So I had to frog it.
Is that the
Yeah.
one that you're using the color and cotton for?
Yes,
Okay.
this is color. Well, that's the called for.
Yeah,
The color and
yeah.
cotton.
Okay.
Do you have another one?
Well, I have one that you have too.
Oh, yeah, we both have this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I didn't get much work on it done because she had sent me a text and said, just FYI, I'm working on blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, crap, because it was in storage. So I only got like 2 extra days of
Yeah, so it
work
turns
on
out we're
this.
both working on Ashley's Roses, which is a mirabilia that is
And out of print. And we each started it independently of the other, and we did not know that the other was stitching it.
I
if you
started
remember.
in 2022. It was my birthday.
And I started it sometime last year. I don't
So
remember.
it'll be 3
exactly
years
when.
this week.
And the even funnier part is that she started from one end, I started from
I
the
always
other.
start in the middle. That's the way I
So.
learn. So
Look, put them together. I'm the top, she's the bottom.
yeah, there you
we
go.
go.
there you go.
How funny
Sort
is
of.
that?
Yeah.
That's really funny. So yeah, look how pretty that
I
is.
know.
Mine is
So I
confetti
have
crazy.
almost done here. I have to finish this as white, all white here.
Right.
This is like so much white, and then I can move on. There's more a little on this side here, and then I can do
Right.
the top.
There's a lot of stitching. It's
There's a lot of
deceiving.
stitching.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
So, and that's just mine. So I just finished stitching her face.
Yeah, that's
And
cool to see
I know
the
that
face.
a lot of people do over one for the mirabilia faces.
Uh-huh.
Maybe on the next one. This one I
No, huh?
couldn't care
Okay.
less. I'm just like, I just want, well, because I was also in a rush because I didn't know you were stitching on
Right.
it. So I'm
I'm
like, I
like,
have
oh,
to get stitches
FYI.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of everything here, because even though it wasn't too bad, there was a lot of cleaning that I had to do.
Sure,
So
of
like
course.
last week I didn't get any stitching done. I was losing my mind.
Yeah, so this will be my focus piece for this month. So what that means is that like when I sit down to stitch, and hopefully it's every night, sometimes I don't, but for
Right.
the most part, out of a week, maybe 5 or 6 times a week, I'm stitching. So I'll put in at least 2 threads, sometimes more.
Right, right.
know.
Very nice, very
So I'll
nice.
get that done. What else?
And I have one more. It's not a whip, it's a finish.
Oh, you
So,
have a finish.
I have a finish, not a
Oh.
fully. I do not fully finish, but
Alright.
it's a finish.
Well, here's another whip, and I've been working on this one a lot too. A lot on Sundays, you know, Santa Sunday.
That's the one that I found. The
Oh,
missing
yeah?
whip. That was the missing whip. Yep. Yep.
Okay, so this is Santa Stops Here.
Which is great.
Yeah, so I worked a lot on this last
Yes,
night.
I love. Oh my God, her house.
So I
Look at- or the
got,
candy
one of the
house.
deer in, and I started on the snowman.
Love the house. Just
Yeah.
kills me.
Yeah,
Ugh.
there's still quite a bit to do because there's a lot of snow on the bottom and little trees, and then the border.
There's always more
so the
to
big
do.
Border.
Every time you feel like
Right?
you're making really
Oh,
good
look at that straight,
progress.
see? So there's quite a bit
See,
to
and
go.
it's funny. I always start with the border. Like you do the meat inside for. Oh, look at the little candy cane.
Because
hanging
I
on the
always
tree.
start in the
middle.
center.
Yeah,
so,
and I'm an upper left
yeah,
starter.
Yeah.
So, and while you're showing that, I should mention another big thing that happened while I was at market.
Oh yeah, that's exciting.
Guess who carries Brenda? This girl. Yes, Brenda agreed to open a wholesale account with me. And while I was there talking with
Which
her,
is an
she
accomplishment.
was just very casually. She was very, very nice too. I was very intimidated going in there. I have to admit, because I didn't know what to expect. And all I know is she's very quiet, and apparently she's quite shy. And she was very sweet. And as she was, adding up my market order, she turned around and just casually grabbed a piece of paper. Would you by any chance be interested in auto delivery? And I'm like, yes, please, sign me up now before you can change your mind, put my stuff down. So anyway.
Amy sends like a message like, guess what? I'm getting, with our needle and thread
I was
from Brenda.
so
And I'm like, oh,
excited.
can you get me?
You're not the only one. Somebody else sent me a list too. So I have a whole list going that I have to send her. After she sees it, she might be like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this crazy girl. I said so, but yeah, no. But no, she was great. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
but
not a
I didn't want to
problem.
forget that. I was very excited.
It is exciting.
Yep.
I got a couple more.
Okay.
Couple more. So this is, so I've been working on this.
That's
Almost
like an
done with
older
this.
one.
This is an older one. It's from 2003
Oh, wow.
for my boys, Chili Willy.
Chilly Willy.
And I'm almost done with Chili Willy.
Even your bags are coordinated.
Well, I try.
She's got a Christmas bag.
So I got to
over
finish
there.
the sweater. There's like some little
He's
white
so cute.
blocks down there, and then there's some back stitching.
Very
so he'll be done.
cute.
And then big snowflakes around.
He's heavy stitching
Isn't he
too,
cute?
though.
Oh, I know.
Like he reminds me of a Teresa Kogut. Not the design so much, but how heavy the stitching is.
Well,
and
and then
hers are
this
full.
these little blocks.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
I did that, I don't know, years ago.
Yep.
But
Yep,
I would
yep.
imagine it
Cute
was
needle
hard.
minder too.
Isn't it cute? I got that. My daughter gave me that for Christmas one year.
Oh, how pretty!
Yeah.
Very nice.
And the last one that I worked on for Santa Sunday is from Hobby House Press, Dasher Dancer.
I didn't know you were working on that one.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be working on that
But this
one.
will take forever, so.
My StitchCon table.
They're all
They-
doing this one?
We're all supposed to be doing it, and they split it up
Do you
into
have
months.
it?
And I have it, but I haven't picked out fabric or floss for it.
Oh,
Nothing.
okay.
But
So, let's see.
oh God, it's
Big
so
piece of
pretty.
fabric. I know, it is pretty. Let me fold it up so we can see it a little better. So I stitched over here on this side. Okay, so the little flower over here.
Oh, it's so.
So this little
pretty.
section there, I kind of finished up.
And what floss are you using for this?
This is DMC, the
You're
DMC
kidding!
variegated.
Oh, the variegated.
Yeah,
Every time I see somebody use it,
115. Because I figured
it's so pretty.
you need a lot of the
Right,
same color, and I
exactly.
wanted to do variegated. I'm like,
I
I'm
would
not
want
going to
to also,
spend
yeah.
like,
It could
$1
cost you,
million.
yeah. It could easily cost you $100 just
I
for the
know.
threads,
So
easily.
I'm like, I'll just do that.
Because that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's definitely a big one. And what's that fabric? Do you know?
This is Picture This plus Vellum.
Okay, I knew it looked familiar.
Yeah,
So
it's vellum.
very nice.
Yeah.
Now you don't keep your things on the Q snaps, or sometimes do you?
If I'm not going to be working on it for a while,
You're good? You take 'em
yeah,
off?
I take
Okay.
because I don't have that many Q snaps.
Because I'm bad.
You
You're
have
supposed
a lot
to.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're
so
supposed to take them off anyway, but
this one I left
I
on
never
because
do.
I figured, well, maybe I'll work on this on Wednesday.
Yeah, and that's a
on
little
on
one,
Whip
too.
Wednesday,
Right,
and
right.
I'll just finish it up because there's not
Right.
that much left to do.
we should also mention it's coming up to that time soon, which I didn't mention to her ahead of time, so she probably has no idea what I'm going to hit her with. But we're going to do a stitch along soon in the summer. right?
Oh, yeah.
So maybe we should announce it in May.
Yes. I was thinking about
Because
that
it'll
last night.
Yeah, a friend of mine just sent me a text and was asking about it because we're going to have a sale on the books that the pattern's from. I'm not going to say too much more than that yet, but we're going to do a stitch along. So if you wound up ordering from me too, you'll save a little bit of money and you stitch along with us. We're going to stitch similar patterns, not the same, and maybe make a couple of changes. So stay tuned.
Yeah, because it's a book, so that we have some
Then there's
options
2
in
books.
the book.
Didn't we say there's 2?
Okay.
We were going to use 2 different ones, and they'll both be on sale. So anyway, sorry,
Cool.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but it just. My mind, I forget things 2 seconds
That's
after
okay.
they pop in. There was still something I wanted to tell you before we started recording, and I still haven't remembered what it was. So
It'll
just
come up
shoot me.
eventually.
I forgot my jewelry today, too. So today I'm not married.
Oh,
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, my
Wild
husband would
woman.
probably be thrilled. He'd be like, yeah, take her. Get rid of her.
Anything else?
I have
that
just
you
the
worked on?
finish.
Okay, you have a
So,
finish. And then I have haul. I got a lot of haul.
I don't have a lot of haul, believe it or not.
Oh,
Well,
I
I must say, there shouldn't be a lot of haul now that I own a shop, but I usually can't control myself, but I
got a
have.
whole bag full.
Ooh, good. I can't wait to see. Okay, so this is Halloween Hijinks from Carolyn Manning. And I was working on this for years, not regularly. Like I had it put away for more than a year that I hadn't worked on it. And
So
if you remember,
cute.
I was probably right around here
Yeah.
when I brought it out during
Right.
the whip parade. So there
Yeah,
was a
so you
lot of
got a lot.
stitching
Oh,
on
I
this,
know.
a lot.
Well, it's like full coverage.
It really is. As a matter of fact, you could see
Totally.
at the beginning I wasn't
Look how
carrying
neat it is in
between
the back.
blocks, and after a while I was like, what am I, crazy? I just want to finish, and I didn't care. I carried from
Yeah, you
one
don't
block.
see it.
It's only one block. It's
Yeah.
only one box.
Right.
So that was the back. I was showing the back. So there it
The back's
is.
already neat.
That's
So cute.
Halloween
I like
hijinks,
this little ghost
and
that's here.
yeah, and the little kitty. You see the little kitty
Oh,
underneath
yeah.
the ghost. So
Very
cute.
cute.
I do want to look through it again though, because there's a lot of little details.
Yeah,
that
you might have
I'm
missed
afraid I might have
something.
missed something. And the other part is, and I won't point it out, but you could tell I started this years ago because some of my stitches are not as nice as. I'm a little critical. I'm like, don't look. Only look at the bottom half.
It's like, I've picked up things that like I've started a while ago and I'm like,
Isn't
oh my
it
God, this is
amazing?
horrible.
It's
and it's like
amazing.
I've actually pulled them all out.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
the white stitches.
I
and I'll
want-
be honest, in that Mirabilia, I had to rip out a whole section.
White's
Because I'm like, why
hard.
did it wasn't even white, it was like
No.
gray.
Yeah.
But it was like
Well, that's kind of the same family.
sloppy.
Yeah, I know, and we're our own worst critics
I
too.
know.
But
And
part
then
of
I
this could be
noticed like,
mental.
there's like, I forgot to cross. some
Oh
of the-
yes, I
So
did
I'll have
that.
to go over it with a
I
fine
have a
tooth
model
comb.
out there, Plum Street. Always remember.
Yeah.
Remember I did on the blue, and I
Uh-huh.
gave Jane the fabric or whatever. And I was showing this to my friend when she was here, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm like, oh look, and that stitch is all like squished together. Like it's driving me nuts.
Yeah,
Every
'cause you
time I
see
go
it,
out there,
yeah,
that's all
you
I
know
look
where
at
it
now.
is. Yeah.
So at any rate, so that's it. So you
All
want to do
right.
haul?
Yeah, haul.
I only
yeah.
have a few. Should I go first
Yeah,
and get
go
mine out?
ahead.
Because I have one thing that's haul that's not stitchy related. I couldn't resist.
What
I don't know if
done?
you've seen this. I went to the post office. They make Betty White stamps now. I'm sorry. I'm thrilled. Okay, it doesn't take
You
much.
gonna use them?
Yes, I bought two.
Who
two
mails
sheets.
stuff? You mail stuff from the store.
Occasionally,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I just got an order from Market, and I had message. It was Samplers Not Forgotten. It was a couple of kits that she had sold out of, and I had orders for them. And I sent her a message, and she's like, "Oh, it's in the mail. You should get it today." And I'm like, ... Did I pay for that? I don't think I paid for that. And she's like, "Oh, I put an invoice in the envelope," and I'm like, I gotta remember to write a check. I don't write anything
Check.
anymore.
I know, like, I don't write
Yeah.
checks anymore.
So I bought and I
Cute.
bought one for my mommy because it's Rose. It's Rose Nyland. I know it's not stitchy
or
related,
you
but I
could
can't help it.
just collect them.
If they came
some
out with the
people
others, I
collect.
would. I'm not a stamp collector. I haven't fallen down that rabbit hole. Thank God.
I know.
I have
it's
enough.
Collecting cross stitches. And
Collecting
all, right?
anything is just.
What's
and then
in there?
this, if you remember, I'm only holding it on this side because my address is on this side, But do you remember a couple of videos ago I mentioned the Potty Mouth Stitcher?
Uh-huh.
And she has an Etsy shop, and she sells. It's called the Cottage Cat. I will also link that down below. She has a floss tube. I have not opened this yet. She does floss drop. I think it's of the month. I'm not
Oh, it
sure.
says
if
right
it's a
there,
month.
floss drop of the month.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
It took a while to get the first order. That's why I
Okay.
didn't remember if it was monthly or quarterly. So I haven't seen these, but she will work with you not that you can say I want exactly this, but like for me, I said cats and dogs all the time, all kinds of animals, and she said she would do her best. So let's see what we got. Oh, look at this. They're each individually wrapped. I go,
Oh, how cute!
look, she knows me very well.
That's adorable.
I don't know if there are different. Oh,
And
there
it comes
are
with a
different
little
ones.
ring.
Yep, it has the little ring, and there's something else. I don't know what
A
this
needle minder,
is. Maybe it almost feels like beeswax. Oh, it's beeswax.
Oh, it's beeswax.
Stitchy Sense thread conditioner. My stitchy spot. So, and there's a little project card.
Nice.
I mean, I don't use beeswax very often, but every once in a while. And then there's a little project card right in there.
Very nice.
So it's
These
great.
are adorable.
I'm gonna open them while you're showing because there are different
Yeah,
designs.
other different ones.
So I love. I
want those.
floss drops. Okay, look, I'll have to watch you. I'll have to inspect you before you leave today. My kitty cats.
I might just
But if there's a
abscond with
Brody
them.
in here, I might have to share. Right now, that's my little mouthy May.
Yeah, I know. That's adorable.
So that's it. That was my haul. I have another box too that came, but I don't even know what I did with it.
All right, so I did some shopping. It was a while ago, maybe a
Okay.
month or so ago.
Yeah, it's been about a month
On
since we were here,
Stash
so.
Unload.
Ooh.
So I got this one from Country Cottage. It's the New York scene.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, which is cute.
It is cute.
I had done the Paris one for my daughter and her husband. And then I got this one, Liberty Lane, which I think
Oh,
is
isn't
really
that
cute.
pretty?
Although I might change the colors because it's a little pastel-y
Their
for me.
patterns-
But I thought it was really pretty.
You gotta really look because they're so pretty, but because they're little,
I know,
you don't
I know,
always
and the
get how
pictures
pretty
are
they
small,
are.
but it's very pretty. I like that. And then I got a whole bunch of Brenda Gervais things from, she was having a sale. Who was it? Not Dirty Annie, the other Annie.
Crazy
Annie. So I got this one, the Holiday Hoopla,
Oh, gotta
4th
have
of
that.
July, which is so cute.
very cute.
And then the Holiday Hoopla Easter. I guess
Oh.
I guess my intention was to do it for this year, but forget it. You know, it's already
Now even a hoop
it's already
finish.
kitted.
I have a couple of those. I should do one, and
Yeah.
you should show me how
Oh
to
yeah,
do
those
it
are
because I don't
really
even know how to do
super
that.
easy. Yeah, hoop finish
To
is
you,
very
maybe.
easy. And then Peppermint Pals.
Oh, how cute!
It's a
That's
big
classic.
snowman. I know. That's a lot of white though, but
I
you
know,
know
she likes her
my
white.
trick for the white is I'll use floche. So if you have a problem with stitching white, either sulky or floche,
Let me ask you
which
something.
is a
then.
DMC.
Does it matter though if you're using 2 strands of DMC versus the
No.
1 strand of floss? You don't tell that difference?
No,
Okay.
as a matter of fact, in
Because I've purchased the floss, but I never used
so
it.
this one on Chili Willy, I used floche for the white,
Okay.
and the rest is 2 strands because it's 32.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Right.
It just looks so neat,
It does.
you know. So
Good to know.
it's a little pricey, you know. It's more than
You
DMC,
get a lot in it, though,
but you
don't
get
you?
it's a
Yeah.
huge
Yeah.
skein.
And 123
so.
Stitch has it. I've
Yeah,
got it from one, and
yeah.
needlepoint chops.
I actually ordered it from DMC because I
Oh, okay.
wanted. They were having a sale, and I wanted that card that has all of their colors on
Oh,
it.
okay.
So I got that.
Right,
and then I got
right.
a couple of skeins of floche. I'm probably the last person to get this.
Yeah,
Winter
you're the Brenda
Rose
girl. How
Manor.
could you not have
I
that one?
know. It's like, how did I wait so long for this? You know?
Wow. Well, it was
But-
too popular. You had to wait till it died down a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah. And I have a very pretty silk in this pink, but I'm gonna have to see if I can get another skein or two. Oh, and then I bought this. I don't even know where I bought this, but I thought it was cute.
I love her colors.
You know, my son-in-law is really into penguins, so you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. He's got a lot. Yeah. So you know, Christmas ornament. I'm sure you'll all have this.
But where did you get it?
I got it from Amy.
Who's Amy?
I got it from
Does she
Florence
have a
to
store?
Stitch.
There you
So
go.
so this is my
Yeah, her pre-orders.
market pre-orders. I just thought this was so pretty. And Amy's like, that doesn't look like your style.
No, I don't know
It's very
why.
modern, but I love
It is
the
very
colors. I love the colors.
The colors are gorgeous.
And I like Robin Pickens' color
Yes.
sense
Right.
and fabric. She does, you know, she's a quilt fabric designer.
Yep.
So I really like that.
It's another one I love.
This was adorable from the Artsy Housewife, but I got to change that cat. I got to make it a gray tabby.
Although I got to tell you, those orange ones are not normal. So
No, I know.
every time Steph and Pam have little Mac. I'm like, Mac looks damn calm compared to my
He
Riblet.
does.
He's not as nuts as Riblet.
But he's
Oh my
not
God.
orange. He's sort of like creamy
Yes.
color.
Well, Riblet's beige too, but
Yeah?
he has the crazy orange
Yeah,
jeans.
she's got a crazy cat.
Yeah.
I haven't met her, but I've heard stories.
It's crazy, crazy. Thank God.
This I had to have. Okay, so this is the latest one of the latest ones from Brenda Gervais.
I think that's
The
my
Liberty.
favorite.
I know. I think it's just so pretty.
Yeah,
So pretty.
it's gorgeous.
I had to get a.
And that was the
Teresa
biggest
Koga.
seller
This
for
one?
her charts. Yep.
It was.
Yep.
Yeah.
For her new releases.
Do you know
For
what
me,
was your
anyway.
biggest seller?
Nativity Tiny Town.
I was gonna
No
say,
question.
that's like everybody's,
No
I
question.
think.
I know it's
Yeah.
boring because I
And
should
I
have
didn't
done that one
get
after
it.
that.
I'll get it later.
You didn't get it?
I didn't pre-order it.
Oh
but
my God.
I'll do it later. And Teresa Koga.
Another
I
pretty
just
one.
I love this
Mhm.
kind of folk art
Yep. Yep.
style. I thought these were the coolest. Okay.
Those are really
from
pretty.
Hello from Liz Matthews. So
Oh,
these
little-
are little labels.
Finishing patches.
Yeah,
she
they're
calls
like
them.
finishing patches.
I think that's a
that
great
you can
idea.
cut out like this and put it on the back of your little
I
pillow.
think it's a great
finish.
idea.
I do. I think it's wonderful. I hope she does it in like different
Themes,
holidays
right.
themes. Yeah,
I'm hoping she will, because her mom does the labels, or at least she did the project
Right,
labels.
yeah,
I don't know. She
that's
hasn't released
true.
any new ones in a while.
That's
but,
true.
well,
We also got some Fiber and a Whim, cream and sugar, and linen.
great basic. That
which
thing
is a
flies
nice
out of here.
basic.
When
So
when Ida had
Amy
asked
ordered
me
that.
to order that, and I only got it in right before the flood thing
Yeah,
happened,
yeah.
and that's the last piece I had. I was like, do
Yeah.
you still want it? Because I can't. If I put it out, it's gone. I should have bought more than a yard. Now I know.
And then Noteworthy Needle, I was at an event this weekend, and Noteworthy Needle had these vintage rayon ribbons,
Oh,
which are so pretty.
she didn't have those at market.
No, I think she just had like a bunch of them. Like she bought out like a company that was going
what
out of
she
business.
found. Okay,
Yeah, she just said, "Give me whatever all you have," and and she.
those are really pretty.
Yeah, so they're really, really
see
super
one.
pretty. And inside, and I don't know if she has like a website or something.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. But if you like these, I don't know. Why should
I'm
you
gonna
check
reach
that
out to her.
Reach
because
out. She had
these
quite a
are
bit,
great.
but it's like what's there is there.
Yeah.
Like she can't get any more. And
Gotcha.
I'm trying to get out this thing because she did such a nice job. Because she had
All of her things always have the
all
best
the
instructions.
instructions
Wow.
on how to do it. So if you pull a little bit, you can get like that.
You know who
Or-
just did a little video tutorial on
Isn't that
ruching?
nice?
Was Nicola Parkman.
Did she?
It was in her video, I
Yeah.
think from last week, and she had some kind of twill or
Okay.
whatever,
Yeah.
and she showed you how to pull the thing out. It was interesting.
It's
I had
just
never
a
seen it
different
before.
way. It's a different finish.
I think it's
for
great.
your products, and
This
you
is
know,
great.
She had a lot of colors,
Wow.
and they were all vintage except one color,
okay.
like kind of a bottle green. So I didn't get that one, but I
Very
got I
nice.
got the colors I thought I would use.
Right.
Greens and reds, and then like a beige and
Gotta have a beige in there, yeah.
And then I just thought this was adorable. So Frosted Pumpkin was at this event, and they did this pattern specifically for the people in New Jersey. So that's the New Jersey state bird, which is the eastern
Don't ask me.
something or
I have
other.
not the slightest idea.
Not an oriole, an eastern. I don't know. Look it up. if you're
It's
interested.
a Jersey bird.
It's a Jersey bird.
Jersey.
And blueberries are the New Jersey fruit, and violets are the New Jersey flower. And then they gave me a little sticker that says "I love New Jersey."
Oh
and it
God.
has a blueberry on it.
Oh my God.
And
I
then-
hate blueberries.
And then there was fabric that was specifically dyed for it. So I just thought I had to get that too because it was so cute.
That looks like blueberry.
Yeah,
The
right?
fabric looks like
I
a
know.
blueberry.
Well, this one side, this side
Yeah.
looks like, you can see the purple.
Right. Oops.
What was that?
Part of the tag, I think. Oh, the price.
Oh, the price. Yeah, don't need that anymore.
No. There you
So
go.
that's all my stash.
And look, I just got a couple little cute, other little. Look
Oh,
how cute
they're adorable.
they are. Look at how cute these are.
Oh, super cute.
They are. I love this one with
And
the
it's-
little hand.
So it's like it's a really
I-
heavy cardboard.
I think she actually still glues them to like
They're very
cardstock
nice
or whatever because
they're nice weight.
I did it once and it was such a mess and I said I'll never do it again. I wanted it because you want it thick and sturdy.
Yes.
I'll pay her to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it myself.
No, I know.
How cute is that?
I remember
That is just so
watching
cute.
a Flosstube where they showed how to do it. And,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm not going to do all that. I think our friend Jane did that.
She
And
may
it's
have.
like,
Oh,
you
she
have to
did it
do
for
the
Super Bowl.
spray
Yes.
adhesive. And,
Oh, it was a royal mess because I
yeah.
did do it.
And they
one
do
time.
come off. The paper comes off eventually.
Yeah,
so.
and it's not like these are really neat.
No, these
she
are
did
nice
a
and
great job with
sturdy.
these. Mine were not this neat, and
No,
I
it's
don't know.
nicely
She does
done.
a great job.
That's so cute.
Really nice
Look at
job. Oh, there we go.
That's
There we go.
adorable.
Very cute.
Very cute.
And I think we're actually.
Man, they got a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, I know, for a change. Who'd have thunk it? You'd have more haul than me.
I know.
You got me beat. But
Well,
I might have more too that I just forgot. It's been a whirlwind these last 2 weeks.
and
or
then
last
we
4
are
weeks.
going to a retreat soon that we're very excited for.
That's right,
at
because
the
our next
end of the month.
Flosstube might be 4 weeks again. Either we'll do one before we'll try to do one
Yeah.
before we go.
And then we'll do one
But,
after. We're going
yeah.
to Hobby House up in Victor, New York.
Yes.
And we're going to see Paulette Stewart from Plum
Plum
Street.
Street and Beth Twist.
And Beth Twist from Heartstring Samplery.
Can't
So
wait.
we're very, very
Can't
excited.
wait.
And we've been dying to go to Hobby House.
Yeah, I've been a couple
You've
of
been,
times.
but like the whole group of us. One year we got together and we went to Salty Yarns
that
in
was fun,
Maryland,
yeah.
and we had a blast. And we're like, okay, we need another road trip. Hobby House.
So we've been talking about it for years now.
Yeah, it's like 2 years,
or
and we
something.
haven't gone. So
Yeah,
this
so
time
now we're
going.
going.
To the
It's just a
retreat.
couple of weeks. And we've been planning this for a long time.
Yeah, a couple of years.
And I didn't tell you this, but I was supposed to go to the Nicola retreat that they're having this coming year, and it's the same weekend as Grace Notes. And I
Oh.
didn't want to miss Grace Notes, so I canceled. They have not given me the money back yet. I think the deposit was like $300.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell them to just give me store credit because
You're
I
probably
can't
gonna
go to.
spend that anyway.
I can't go to Hobby House and not shop. I can't,
no.
and psychologically, it will make the guilt easier.
Yes.
You know, I didn't
Yeah,
spend
'cause
money.
nothing's
It's-
coming out of your
Exactly,
wallet
it's already
that
been
day.
spent. So of course I haven't reached out and sent this message yet, but they haven't refunded it yet. So
I know
I'm
we're all saving
sure
our
they'll agree
pennies
with
to
that.
buy stuff.
it's
at Hobby
dangerous.
House. And they have
Dangerous.
quilt fabric too.
Oh, and it's pretty over there, like the quilts
Yeah.
area. But I'll tell you, their fabric, like just cross linen and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. They have a nice variety.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
More than I've ever seen anywhere, and that's the danger for me.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
you have all this, but you can always get more.
Right.
You always want more.
Well, you
So-
need it in your stash
Because you never have
know.
what you want. You never
But
have
it's
that right color.
true.
It is true. Either you have it or you have it in the wrong color or the wrong count.
Yeah.
You never have the right one. So
Yeah.
you got to keep buying. You got no choice.
You got to feed the stash.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I never allow myself to walk out the door with any of this stuff because I'd be bringing
yeah?
stuff home with me every
Oh yeah,
single day.
it must be very tempting.
It is. When they're in the bins, it's okay. But for market, I have the fabric loose on the table, and every time I walk in or walk out, I have to walk by it and I just go, my lovelies, they're so pretty. And I have 2 packages over there from Fiber on Women, Barefoot Needle Art, and that's more fabric. And I'm like, ay, it's killing me. It's
Ooh,
killing me.
fun.
So yeah, so I'll show you. I'll give you a sneak peek before.
I know. I've always been,
walk up,
like
so.
years ago, I was, I used to make my own clothes and stuff like that. So fabric is always like a love.
Do you
of
still have a
mine.
big stash from it?
No,
Oh, you cleaned out.
no,
Yeah. Oh, well.
no.
I always
Got
say
rid of
thank
it.
God I
You know,
couldn't
you
do
can't take
quilting
everything
because-
with you. I moved a few years ago.
Yeah,
and, it's
and
like, I'm
everything
not gonna
takes so
use
much
this.
room.
Oh,
That's
I know.
the problem.
I know. I just, moved from a house where they're 30-something years to a
Yeah.
townhouse.
Yeah.
And it's like no space.
When we got
So-
married and moved from an apartment to the condo, we were only there 2 years, but all
Mhm.
like the shower stuff, we had an attic there, so everything. We got rid of like 60 garbage bags filled with stuff, and we're like,
And
we've
you're only there
lived
2
there
years.
2 years.
You can imagine being
No.
someplace 30-something years. And it's
No.
like, and now I'm in my place like 6 years, and I keep thinking, like, I gotta purge again.
Yeah, and I have to purge too because
Yeah.
we've been in our condo 20 years now,
Oh.
so there's a lot of purging there. But just
The
getting
thing
it
is,
done.
like, who's gonna clean it out when they're gone?
Yeah, exactly. Then,
Like,
then
I
it's
have a
somebody else's
kid.
problem. See,
Yeah.
and I don't know. They'll probably just throw all my crap away because I don't have kids.
Right, so you don't
So-
have to worry about it.
No, I know.
Like, people with kids have, like, guilt. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I
So-
wouldn't have guilt. Enjoy it while you're here. Oh hell, I tell my mother all the
But
time.
that's why, like, I don't
Enjoy
care,
yourself.
Like, I'm buying the cross stitch stuff, and I'm not thinking that my daughter is going to keep all of it.
Right. If it brings you happiness now, that's what it's all about.
That's what it's for.
Exactly.
Hopefully she'll keep a few pieces. Obviously,
I'm
I've
sure
made
she
things
will.
for her.
She loves
but
when you make her stuff.
She's not going to take all of this stuff.
No.
Whatever. So
the rule of thumb is, if I die, talk to somebody before you sell it. That's what I always say to Jimmy. Do not just randomly give it away or sell it. Talk to somebody.
I always say, like, we have a friend who's like in our stitchy group, and she's considerably younger. She's she's like my stitchy daughter, I always call her.
They do.
She's like 30, 31 or something,
Yeah.
And I'm always like, you're going on the list. Okay, so like when I'm
be the last
gone,
one
Natalie will be
standing.
contacting you. Because the
gotta
rest
do
of
it.
us won't be around.
We're all going to kick the bucket. That's right.
Around
We were
the
the
same
Golden Girls, because there's 4 of us, right? And then, is there 4? No, there's 5 now.
What, in the group?
Right?
In our group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, Judy. Judy's the latest.
Okay.
Hi, Judy.
So, hi, Judy. Judy, who doesn't watch Flosstube, right? I don't think she does.
So,
okay. Well, we're rambling now.
We are rambling.
So
Sorry.
We should wrap it up.
Yes.
I don't remember. Oh, I almost forgot what our closing thing is. It's been so long. Hopefully you'll remember, because I remember. So
okay.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks
and subscribe.
for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Thank you for coming back.
And if you have any questions about anything we said, please, let us know.
Yes. And we hope you're excited for our stitch along, which we haven't announced yet, but we will.
Yes, it'll be exciting.
Yes,
you will
we're
like it.
We're looking forward to
and
it.
there'll be a discount.
Yes. And remember, 1,000 subscribers will have at least one giveaway. We might have a couple. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Have a bunch of stuff.
So, but in the meantime,
Anita.
My name is Amy, and if you're like us,
baby, you were born to stitch.
Bye. And then here we go. Takes us a minute to find the stupid little thing. Bye.